Wow, so Jennings Couch.
Yes, hi.
What a name.
I know, tell me about it. It's given me a lot of grief throughout my life.
Grief on fame.
Yeah, well, because no one understands what I'm saying when I say, Jennings Couch. Because Jennings in England is like a surname, isn't it? Like a lot of people have the surname Jennings. So they ask for my name and I say Jennings and they go, no, your first name. I'm like, Jennings.
Jennings.
I'm like, then what's your surname? Couch. And they're like, what? they don't get it.
They don't get the uniqueness of pop
It's weird. It's weird. I'm actually Jennings Couch the third. My dad's also Jennings Couch.
Oh, the third?
So is my grandfather.
Do you not throw that in the end of
Well, I know, it's a bit posh there, actually. Yes, I'm Jennings Couch the third.
Yes, and then when you sing, it's,
yeah, right,
very different. Anyway, wow, so this is it your first time in Bristol, like you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, no, I've been here a couple times.
So you've been here a few times. So how was it playing this time? Quite a quiet.
Yeah, but it's nice. It's more intimate, and intimate gigs scare me more than proper gigs.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're all there's more of an opportunity for people to stare at you, and you're closer to them and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
it's different, but no, it's good. Yeah, I enjoy it.
It's like an intense game of exploding kittens.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. It was very intense. But yeah, like. Is it weird for you because obviously we're all university students and we're all of like similar age as well, but you're just doing something drastically different with your career.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, what if I went to uni? Like, is this what
it
would be?
I mean, I went to uni, but I just went really early. I went when I was 18.
Oh,
and
really early.
I got it over with like really quickly.
Okay.
And I almost left. I almost left after 2 years. I did a 3-year course. But I almost left because I met like this producer who I just started working with, and we just hit it off.
Okay.
And I almost thought, screw it, I'm not gonna go back, But I was like, I've already done 2 years, I might as well just like finish it off. So
what a drag.
So I finished it. I know. It actually, well, no, it was alright. It was good. I went to BIM in London. I don't know if you guys know.
Okay.
You have one here. You have a BIM here, don't you?
Yeah.
Bristol, yeah. So funny, my band members, we went to all the BIMs. So my guitarist is from BIM Bristol, I'm from BIM London, and then my bass player is from BIM in Brighton.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it's funny. We emailed BIM trying to get like a gigs with them and stuff. Because we're like, guys, we're a BIM band. You should like put us on. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so it's nothing like, I'm missing out on uni life.
No. I mean, it's interesting because my uni is very different. Like BIM in London is just one building, and there's probably like only 500 kids that go there. It's like really small. It's all compacted into like one building.
Yeah.
We don't even have a student bar or anything like that.
Oh.
So it was different. So coming here and all these campuses and stuff, like it's a lot different. Like Bath Spa campus is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Right?
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. And then I was in Royal Holloway before that, and that's even more beautiful. I was like,
get so mad.
It's like a castle,
What is Bristol doing? Like get on it.
I know.
No, Bristol's great too.
It is great. Yeah.
Find the little parts. But anyways, let's talk about your music because
sure.
I only caught the last song to Save You, but I do know your other songs, and I was listening to them, and I was very interested in your headspace and where you are when you write these songs.
Yeah.
So Love Hearts came out last month.
Yeah.
And so that was very clear. It was just frustrations about social media. And funny enough, you were like, "Oh, sorry, social media stuff."
I know.
For
this. It's like it's full of irony, and it's just because you can't really be a successful artist without social media. Like we all need to be on it and use it and all that kind of stuff. Unless we get very lucky some other way, we need to. That's how we promote ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's just aggravating because it changes every week. Like there's something new. There's always a new platform to look out for. There's always a new, and you just can't keep up. And then it's like you have to remember to post on 4 or 5 different things, and this and that. It's just like, man, it takes so much of my time sitting at home just doing social media. It's
It can get really toxic, I bet.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, all I want to do is just like go and write music, but I have all this other stuff to do, and so I wrote a song about how I hate doing it.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the worst thing about social media for you? What do you hate about it the most?
What do I hate about it the most? I think it's just like the frequency at which you need to be on it and be posting and stuff. You know what I mean?
Stay relevant.
Yeah, exactly. Before I started taking this seriously like 2 years ago, Before that, I didn't use social media. I didn't know anything about it. So I had to actually like research how to use like Instagram and stuff, right? And like when do you post and how much do you post?
Times to
post.
All
that kind of stuff, right? And they like some things say like 3 times a day on Instagram, you know, like 1 p.m., 4 p.m. and like 7 p.m., you know? And it's like, you know, 3 times a day, it's like
like medication.
Yeah, and that's just one platform. And then you got like 4 other ones. It's like, I just don't like it.
You don't like it? Yeah, I can tell.
I know.
Nah, but you're doing an excellent job.
Oh, thank you very much.
And the song is like very, like you said, it's very ironic.
I know,
it's quite funny.
Yeah.
I find irony is something, it's just like kind of common in your songs as well. Like your other song, Serotonin.
Yeah.
I especially enjoy that just because I love science.
Oh, I know, me too, totally.
So tell me, like, I remember one of your lyrics was, your love is like formaldehyde.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So that whole song is about like a toxic relationship, right? You're in a very, very toxic relationship, and you know you should be out of it, but like whoever that person is, you just has like a grasp on you, like you know that you just keep pulling them back, and you know. So yeah, it's even though you burn me like peroxide, I take you in. Even though your love is like formaldehyde, I take you in. So it's like you shouldn't be in this relationship, but there's something there that you just can't leave. So again, it's a bit ironic, I guess. But yeah, I like taking because that's basically like a love. It's basically a love song. It's basically like a breakup song or a love song, however you want to look at it. But just coming from a different angle, like coming from a more science angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what interests me about songwriting is coming in from like another angle. You know, it's not just like, oh, I miss you, I love you, I want you back, because like I've heard that a million times. It's just coming from a different thing, you know. And from this one, it was more like a, you know, neurotransmitters and stuff.
Which is very cool.
Which I love it. Yeah, it's great.
When I first listened to it and you said, like, when it mentioned like formaldehyde peroxide, I was like, why formaldehyde? Because I was like, that's what they use to preserve dead bodies.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Even though your love is like formaldehyde.
Well, actually,
it's like a preservative.
Well, fun fact, because I'm a medic, and basically when we're in the dissection room, it's just formaldehyde.
Oh dear.
It always makes us so hungry.
Really?
Yeah, it makes you so hungry and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm a cannibal. Like, what is going on?
Really?
So when I listened to your song, I was like, oh, because the love is like a hunger that you just can't get over. And I was like, so into it. I was thinking, like, yes.
Gosh. That's brilliant. That's really good.
And I was just like, yeah, interesting. Like, from a different point of view.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I was thinking, if you wanted to know.
Well, that's great. I love that.
Yeah, you can say that now.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. I love that.
Yeah, but like how you said, you like to make obscure things, like in an artistic
relatable,
way.
Yeah,
relatable.
But also relatable, yeah.
Yeah, so do you have anything else on a similar sort of line of thought that you're gonna like maybe write about?
I've got so many like ideas in the works at the moment. Like, I can't stop myself from writing out a new idea, and the problem is I can never finish a new idea. Like, I'll record 30 seconds of a new idea and then get bored with it and then do another idea. So I've got so many things in the works, and I'm always looking for that angle. I'm always looking for that, you know, whether it's a scientific angle or whether it's like a philosophical angle, because those are subjects that outside of music like really interest me. I like to read philosophy and I like to read a lot of stuff like that. So to try and get that into music, but in an understandable and relatable way, basically get into a pop song. You know, that's what attracts me to songwriting. You know.
Yeah.
It's like that's what's interesting, is try and make people understand a very complex idea in a very simple way, you know, in a song. So that's
I can see that coming through for sure.
Yeah.
And you know, you mentioned you're very into philosophy, and your last song you just played Savior.
Yeah.
I was wondering about one line where you say, "I want to meet the maker."
Yeah.
Like, who is the maker to you, or what is the maker to you?
So it's funny, because when that song came out in October, like a lot of people thought it was a religious song.
Yeah.
And it can easily be taken as, you know, meet the maker, you know, people think like God and stuff like that. When I wrote it, it was just more about, because the song in general is about like finding your own path in life and being like really determined in that path. Like not you know, for me that was music. Like I knew from being 6 years old that I was going to be in music, and it's just making it happen. Like, you know, just don't stray off that path. So yeah, for me it was just like meet the maker. It was just like, you know, find find your thing, you know, find whoever that is or whatever that is, whether it is religious or not, that's gonna, you know, drive you on that path to whatever success means to you, you know. So yeah, that's what it was for me. But a lot of people, I was getting comments like, is this a Christian song? Or like, you know, people were like, you know, we all need to find the maker and this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's great. You know, you can take it like that, whatever you want.
But when you wrote it,
because I'm not religious at all. But yeah, I just it also sounds nice, you know. Like when you songwriters, like sometimes a line just sounds nice, you know, and you go, God, I love those words together, you know. So you just stick it in.
It's like, the vowels and the consonant balance.
The alliteration. Totally. No, it's all about that. It really is. Sometimes you're writing a song and you just need one word, you know, like one word that will make everything amazing, and it could be the weirdest word, you know. It could be like broccoli or something, you know, and just the sound of it.
Do you like that word?
I hate that word.
Why did
try
you
and get that into a song. If I can get formaldehyde into a song, someone else could get broccoli into a song.
I can't believe you got formaldehyde. I'm still hung up on that because it's like very medical.
But it totally works in the song, right?
Yeah, it does. And it's just very interesting in your Savior. Like and like I don't know, that song is about what, just making your own pathway. It's about being very driven, and because my mom, like growing up, always told me like she always told me to be a dreamer and to just like be determined in your path, you know. She said you know what you love to do, you know what you can do, you know. She said just do it, just you know, however you can, just make it happen, just stay on that path. So it's about being driven, and like when you listen to the record itself, I mean we just got those drums, you know, that kick drum comes in, you know, it's just like, and it's just like, just almost like marching down that path, you know. The beat of your own drums.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that is what it is. Yeah.
I'm kind of interested now. Like, what kind of philosophical notions do you kind of adhere to?
Oh gosh, I mean, I love all branches of philosophy, really. Like anything that just makes my mind, like, you know. I'm really obsessed with knowledge. Like I really love the idea of like obtaining knowledge and using knowledge and stuff and spreading knowledge and stuff. I mean, there's not any particular notion of philosophy that, you know, I adhere to, but I love thinking. I'm like a really big thinker, you know. Yeah. I like reading it. You know, there's people like Hannah Arendt, like a really great philosopher.
Okay.
And I'm also obsessed with language. I love language. Which, you know, helps in songwriting, you know, finding words.
Which particular language? Or is it more like dialect?
I mean, English. English. I like. I mean, I only really understand English, really. so that's so. I mean, I can speak.
I get it.
Yeah, so I can speak a bit of Italian as well. I learned at school, but but actually studying the language of English is really interesting. You know, I love all the grammatical structures and, you know, just. In terms of songwriting, finding words and structuring phrases, and, you know, it kind of all works together, you know. So whether I like it or not, I'm into language, you know, because I write lyrics. So yeah.
So obviously, I know it's quite early beginnings in your career. It's gonna skyrocket.
Oh
later.
Gosh, let's hope so. Fingers crossed.
But so far, how do you feel about yourself? Like, what are you most proud of musically? Like, I really nailed like fingerstyle guitar, or I've really nailed falsettos. So I'm really, you know, proud of myself for doing that.
To be honest, I mean, I've been really proud of the last 2 songs I released. Like Savior and Love Hearts are, for me, where I want to be in terms of songwriting. Like, you know, through the past year I've been going through like a big change in the way I write, in how I write, and just what I think my sound is. Because there's this weird dilemma as an artist, like you're kind of always trying to find your sound. You know, you're kind of like, what is my sound? You know, you hear things everywhere on the radio and this and that, and they all have good, you know, everything's great. Like, oh, that's a great song. Oh, that's a great, you know, everything you hear is really great. So you're always trying to find like your sound. So the last like 6 months, I've really been finding my sound, you know. Like Serotonin, I think came out like 2 years ago now or something like that's quite an old song. And I love everything about that song, but when you get down to the nitty gritty, like the production and the, you know, and the overall sound, it's like I'm going away from that sound. like I said, when I play live, I don't really play the acoustic guitar anymore live. I'm more of a vocalist. Like Savior, for example, has 0 guitar in it. There's no guitar in Savior anywhere.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I like that. I like that you can have a great song, but there's no guitar. It's just all about, well, that song's all about bass. It's all about bass and drums, you know. So lately I've been really finding my sound, and I'm really proud of Savior and Lo-Fi. It's like that I've landed into what I feel comfortable doing. So like I said, I've got tons of new ideas, and I'm just literally trying to, you know, solidify that sound that I'm doing, you know.
Yeah, so anything exciting we can expect in the future?
There's a new single coming out in 2 weeks, actually. 2 weeks? Yep, 2 weeks. I shouldn't say much about it.
Are you even able to disclose the name? You don't have to.
I won't. No, I won't. But I'm happy with it. It's a good song. It's a solid song.
Solid.
Yeah. It's a bit of a banger, I guess. Yeah.
That's all we can say.
Actually, you'll like it because there's more sciencey things in it.
Oh, lovely.
I can tell you what I talk about, actually. I talk about chromosomes, I talk about the X and the Y chromosome, and I talk about how we are primitive, very similar to animals and this and that. So it's quite sciencey. You probably enjoy it.
So do you basically do research before you write your songs?
I do, yeah.
That's so great. I love that. Amazing. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
No, thank you very much indeed. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Good luck with the rest of the tour.
Thanks very much.